The day is coming when I'm going to be able to spend even more time with them as I enter into this next phase of my life, which I said would happen. Came a little bit sooner than I thought. I wanted to talk to you about the day that we're in, and I wanted to talk to you about the fact that maybe why all of a sudden did I stumble across this guy named Jacob, and why is it that the things that he's saying that I'm somehow drawn to them? Well, the reason is because you're meant to be. You're meant to be drawn to the same spirit that is within you. So it's kind of like Jesus in Scripture. He talked about only my sheep, hear my voice, because he was the shepherd of those sheep. So, only the people that are meant to be taught by a certain individual can hear what he's saying. And so if all of a sudden you've stumbled across my website, or you started to watch my videos, and you're like, wow, I hear him, man, I hear him. If you're hearing me, that's because we're cut from the same cloth, if you will. And that's good news. I got to tell you, for a long time, I've been waiting for this day, this day where, people would come to the knowledge and of the truth and the perfect stature of a perfect man. I've been waiting for the day when people would enter into peace. I've been waiting for the day when people would find contentment in their home and in their life. I've been waiting for the day when people would get over their nonsense and their fear and their pride and their shame. I've been waiting for that day for a long time. And like those in the faith chapter, they believed it would come, but they never saw that day. And up until recently, I believed it would come. I believed I'd see it, but man, I had no idea that it was right around the corner. I mean, we're talking the day that we're in right now. It is the day. We're here right now. We've entered into it. We've entered into that day of rest. And that's the most amazing thing, because the day of rest that people refused to enter in was a day where you would rest from your work and your labor. But aren't you tired of working? Aren't you tired of struggling? Aren't you tired? Don't you need a rest? My whole life I slaved away, and I tried so hard to do the right thing and to say the right thing, and then all of a sudden I'm going to pull over because I need to look at you all. I realized that all I had to do was rest, to say, not my will, but yours be done. I've entered into that rest. I met a woman today who, couldn't understand her suffering, and I explained that, your suffering is there for a reason. It's there to get you to where you need to be. And the irony is, when she had first walked in, I had said I was expecting you at 11 as a joke, and then I recognized her, and sometimes you'll recognize the spirit of people, and I said, "You're into spiritual stuff, aren't you?" You're like, "What are you, like a faith healer or an energy healer?" It turned out she was like an energy healer, and at that point I knew who she was. And the conversation continued. And ironically, before she had met me, she had prayed. She pulled over the side of the road and prayed. She's like, why can't I hear these angels? Why can't I see these guides? She wanted to see into the spiritual realm. And she says, why can't I see them? And then she came in to meet me. And I waved. And I said, you see me, right? All this nonsense that people spout about angels outside of you, and all the channeling, and that it's speaking through you, and and I hear from God. It's all a sham, and it's all crumbling down. The truth cannot be bought. It cannot be sold. The truth simply is who you are. And up until this point, You've gone about it the wrong way, and that's why nobody entered into that rest. But that day is over. It's time now to rest, to enter into that rest. So if you're stumbling across my site and you're stumbling across me and something that you hear, it resonates with you, that's because that light that's in me is in you too. And perhaps something I said ignited that light. So I am asking all of you to not hide that light. Don't keep it in your house. Don't be scared to share it around. Don't be scared of what people think. You want freedom. You want peace. Today is the day to enter into that rest. You have no choice but to enter in. So please, don't hide your light under a bushel anymore. This world is changing. You are the change that this world needs. And when you change the way you think, your world will change with it. It's time to come back. It's time to come back. It's time to come back to the truth. You don't need to go door to door saying, know the Lord. You don't need me to tell you what is God, what is not God, what is true, what is not true. That day's over. So if you found me here today, if you stumbled across this, I'm just here to remind you, you already have the answers within you. All you got to do is say, show me the way. And when you do it, that will be a declaration that it's about to happen. I love you. And I hope that you take a second to like the video. Hit the share button. Comment, will you? Get the light out there. It's true.